Hello, welcome to Too Many Minis. My name's Ossie. I hope you're having a good hobby week. Hope you're getting painting done, modeling done, putting transfers on, playing some games. This is a little update on what I've been up to this week. I've been working on my battle company. Had another game this week. Almost finished the model for my lead. Here's my leader. My leader, Osirion, the Dunedain. He's now on a horse. Not quite finished painting him, but he's on the horse. I did a nice little conversion for him, and that's cool. He now is just so much faster than all the hobbits that he was already faster than. But it's cool. On a similar note, my man Tonelius Lee, I got to retire his model. He's been great. He's my sharpshooter. He's been fantastic, but so much so that he's now upgrading to a pony. He's got his steady aim. Now the question is am I going to use this Merry figure on pony or this Sam? Now they've both got the swords in their right arms. His Merry's right arm. They've both got swords in their right arms, and all the bows are left hand held. So I don't know exactly how I'm going to do that. I may have to just make one from scratch out of paperclip like I did with my Dale guys. I think Mary's the one to go for. It's a much more glamorous model. It's got like a nice brooch holding his cloak on, and I think he's going to look cool and heroic as a kind of mounted sergeant. And the cool thing about that is with his steady aim, he can then move 4 and still shoot with no penalty. Sweet, super shooter. My boy Barry Buffton, my other sergeant, along with Tonelius. Barry Buffton model is going to be retired because he has got Fend Off, which is the one which gets you a free shield. So he's now got a free shield, and he can use it for shielding and still make 1 strike. And since they only have 1 strike anyway, that's great. So I'm going to be modeling a big shield onto him. I'm trying to find a really big classic kind of Bretonian style, knight's shield, do like quartered with a family crest on it or something. So he needs upgrading. These are my battling brandy bucks. Louis Oakes had the idea I said I need to theme them something. I need to have a look for the battling brandy bucks. And he said, well, aren't they the ones that go on the river? So they can have a nautical theme. So I've gone with a kind of classic British Navy bicorn hat theme for them. I've got to do like 2 more of them. I've got 5 now. 5 upgraded militia into battling brandy bucks. So I'll do some more of them, but that's quite cool. Just a bit of green stuff to make the hats. I need to finish painting them. I've got a big bag of hobbits to convert new people out of. I've got a few more recruits. I've got like I don't know, 2 archers and a militia or something to add and to convert up the pony one. So yeah, I need to do a bunch more of that. But that's where my battle company's at. They're doing okay. I've played 7 games and they're still not at 200 points in value. Hobbits just aren't worth much, But we're on to big numbers now. I think we're up to about, I don't know, 20 hobbits maybe, something like that. A lot. Oh, and had our first win in a while. Game 7 was a win against George Downing, which is it's probably the only occasion when I might ever beat George in a game of SPG. On the 40k tip, I'm still working on my first 500 points of Salamanders. I've got them all built and part painted. This is the first lot as a tactical squad. They're almost finished. He needs something written on his little scroll on his back banner. I guess I'll freehand it. I was hoping that I could use one of the little Latin-esque transfers, but without the micro soul or micro set, I can't really shape it to the thing, so it's going to be in a straight line. It's not going to look good. I will get the micro soul and micro set, but I haven't got them yet. So stick that back on there. It's magnetized. Yeah, this is my tactical squad. That's my sergeant with his, what's that? It's a combi melter. And then we got regular dudes. I put transfers on them. What they basically need now is a little bit more details here and there, and the shoulder pads on this side are going to have, I think, probably some pretty simple, just some arrows, like a classic. I'm not going to go crazy with these guys, just some classic tactical squad arrows. There's my melter guy. He's got the studded pauldron. He has his Salamanders logo on there. I'm not that happy with these, just because I put the transfers on this, you know, they kind of come out lumpy. I don't know if you can see that there, but they kind of come out a bit lumpy on the shoulder pad. Like I said, I need to get those newfangled things for applying transfers. Next up in my progress is this Assault Intercessor squad. They're almost finished. I just need to. They've all got shiny shoulders. You can see the glare off that. That's because I'm going to apply some transfers on there. I think these 4 guys are going to get squad markings, just number 3 on there, because I really don't know what I'm doing with shoulder pad markings, but I think they could be squad 3. Why not? That's fine. They're going to get them on top of their flamey bits in black. The sergeant has got his 3 on his little tilt shield. I'm going to put something below that. That might be freehand. We'll see. Something, and then on his shoulder pad, I don't know. What did I think of for him? Again, something on his, but it's not going to be the 3 because he's got it there. And again, a few more tiny details. I haven't coloured in the Salamander logo. I need to do silver highlights on the metal, bone on that tooth. But I'm really pleased with the green on them. That's just like I think I'm really on top of my recipe now for that. Not doing edge highlights really, just doing kind of volume and just trying to give it, I don't know, it's my style Space Marine. That's the idea. This guy's probably my favourite guy in the unit. I think he's got a cool pose. And yeah, I've done a bit of flames on this pauldron as well. Looking forward to having them finished. As always, I'm working on like 10 things at once. This is my aggressor squad. They're a bit less far along than the assault intercessors, but they're really nice models to paint. They've got lovely surfaces, and the green's done on them. It's just like highlighting up the other elements, doing some jazz on the shields, and the third guy. I'm quite into them. And they will be led by, or the whole lot will be led by this HQ, this Captain in Gravis armor, and he is again a bit less far down. I'm really unsure what to paint this cloak. I could do it black with flamey business. This is one of my test pauldrons, and I could do that kind of design on the cape, on the cloak, with the kind of coals at the bottom and then the flames coming up. I don't know. Or I could just do a kind of ivory, but I don't much like painting ivory fabric. I'm going to finish this sword so it's got kind of like black around the edges, going to red, going to yellow, and then white in the middle. The burning blade. I'm going to do his drake hide. I'll do all of them, stuff like that. But I'm kind of into him. You see, he's like mounted, he's like based the highest up, so he's going to be kind of standing over everyone. Well, everyone until I get a dreadnought. So the other thing that's happened this week is I picked up my Horus Heresy box. I've assembled pretty much assembled this Rhino. Let's just take some of the bits off. It's kind of all magnetized and optional bits, so you can have your basic smoke grenade launcher thingies, whatever they are, or you could have a hunter killer. Oh, don't drop down. Hunter killer missile and a what do you call it? Searchlight thingy. That's all kind of posable. Then you can have your big. Is it a Hellfire missile launcher? I can't remember. You can have a combi melter. with a combi melter bolter thingy. You can stick on this guy to have a melter gun. And then I've got both options for, like, if you want to just have as a 40k Rhino rather than a Heresy Rhino, you can just have the single Stormbolter, or indeed double it, as you would have for Heresy, and put a blank one of them on there. So I think I've got all the options ready for that. Oh, and painted the inside before I've put it all together, or halfway through basically. So can I get some more light in there? It's not the easiest thing in the world. Anyway, I enjoyed that. I'm really into this Rhino kit. I haven't put the doors on yet because I'm waiting for the Forge World doors to arrive at Tottenham Court Road for me. I'm hoping I can blue stuff, green stuff, some extra doors for when I do other tanks things in the future. So that's the main thing I've assembled from the Horus Heresy box. I started assembling a tactical support squad. This won't work in 40k, but it will work in Heresy. So I was going to do 10 guys with flamers using the new weapon upgrades pack. Really into it. I like 10 Salamanders with flamers. I think that's cool. They're lovely new models. The size-wise, you know, they are bigger than my other guys, but not by much. And they are considerably smaller than Primaris. So, again, I'll probably be basing them slightly higher so that they fit in. But maybe I won't bother with these ones since they're only going to play in Heresy anyway. So they don't have to stand next to Primaris. Yeah, so I'll just place them flat. Pretty flat. Another thing I've been working on, and I really should work on more, is my Necromunda gang, because we're going to try and kick off a campaign soon. I really want to do Ash Waste. This isn't going to be an Ash Waste campaign. This is going to be a normal one. Anyway, the idea of my Necromunda gang is they are Orlocks for the most part who have they're rising up. They're kind of like a workers collective who are trying to take control of the means of production and get a better life for themselves in the Underhive. And ultimately, they're going to move out of the Underhive and set up their little enclave out in the Ash Wastes. But they're a mixture of the Orlock kit, the Underhive Scum kit. She's got a lot of bits there. She's got a bit of Veteran Guard in her. She looks very carefree and like she's enjoying, macing someone in the head. And they've also got some beret heads to give them some extra space commie vibes. I've taken the shoulder pads off most of them because I don't like the Orlock shoulder pads. They don't work for me. So I've kind of sculpted with green stuff just to cover that up. So this guy's going to be a kind of leadery guy, I think. Oh, wait a minute. Do you know what? I've lost some. I have to look around. There's definitely some missing Orlocks here. But yeah, I'm quite into them. Just using, they're really fun to kit bash. This woman has the head from a Signs of the Flame Warcry warband. Anyway, I think she's good. Any left wing movement tends to have a weird combination of like kind of working men and sort of like middle class hippie girls, and she's one of them. She's very well intentioned. And here's another kind of military-esque dude. I did build up one of the buggies as well with a cool beret helmet guy. Beret hat. Beret. This is a beret. I haven't put his gunner on yet because I didn't know exactly how I wanted to build it. But it's a cool, incredibly fiddly kit. Look at those tiny little bits. Looks like it would really work. Looks like a Kinder Egg toy from the 80s. So I've also got Hab pods. I built up one 1 times the ash waste terrain kit, which has 2 of these, slightly different. Oh, look, it's got a fully modeled interior. Love it. I built up one of them. I've got another kit I bought of someone else of the scenery. I'm going to convert that more. I'm going to mesh that about, and you can see another one. Oh, no, there. The walkways and everything are so great. I love the way that goes together. Super excited to try and mesh that in with some other terrain I've got. Like you've been working on the odd. Oh, let's go to the other camera. Been working on the odd Minotaurium containers. You know, I've got a couple of them on the go. Got cool tanks. This is the container I've done most with. It's closest to finished. You can see it's a gun shop. Copied someone on YouTube's idea for this, or I've seen a few people doing them. That should be fun when it's done. Very Necromunda. And the idea is just to have that built up into a kind of ash wastes encampment. They're going to be kind of scrap dealers, scrappers, Orlock scrappers, basically, who have set out on their own, combing the ash waste for old Rhino kits, and making a living off that, scraping a living. There's actually a few other 40k bits I've been working on. I rescued this old apothecary model, and someone in the London Wargaming Guild very kindly donated these 2 bits to go onto his backpack. This is a Tech Marine. This is so old-fashioned. Tech Marines don't have big spanners now. They have like servo arms and things. But it's nice to use some old models. Further down the pipeline, I have for like month 3 of the 40k slow grow. I have Outrider bikes. They've all cool Salamander helmets in their Mark IV armor. I love these Forge World models. And in their Warband 40k, they will have this attack bike with the multi-melter. Dude. For month 2 of the 40k, I need another troop choice, and that's going to be these regular intercessor squad. My green primer has not covered up all the blue plastic, so it's going to need some hand priming on top. And here's the sergeant. I'm into the sergeant. I think he's just finishing someone off with a flamer. Extra grizzly, and I like his base that I've made him. There you go. One more thing is I've got a Contempt to Dreadnought, Forge World Salamanders Contempt to Dreadnought, and I've tried putting some Oyamaru molds on it to see if I can get some nice green stuff milliput imprints from it. These like, let's get these out. Let's have a look. I just did these last night. It would just be nice to be. I've got the Contempt to Dread that's in the Horus Heresy box. It would be nice to be able to put these more salamandery bits on the plastic one. May not work. Not the end of the world. I can sculpt stuff and paint stuff on. Anyway, yeah, there's quite good detail in there. These might be worth having. I don't know. The leg bits. Most importantly, I think the best bit to get a copy of would be the knee pads. The knee pads are neat. Yeah, I'm really into Contempt to Dreadnoughts, so hopefully I get 2 of them, except I haven't really got the arm bits. I'm going to have to buy more arm bits, aren't I? I really want them to release the weapon sprue on its own for the Contempt to Dread, but I don't think that's going to happen. At least not anytime soon. That's what I'm up to. I mean, I'm doing too much at once, as always. Too many minis. Got the battle companies rolling. Got the slow grow for 40k. I had my first 40k game, little 500 point game with my mate Dan. He like shepherded me through the basics of it with his new 1,000 Suns, and that was cool. It was cool. I was getting the hang of it. It wasn't too overwhelming, and looking forward to playing some more of that. My next goal is to just not buy more things for a bit and try and stay focused on what I'm doing so I can finish some of that, because new things get exciting. Anyway, I hope you're having a good hobby week, and thanks for watching, subscribing, and liking and all that jazz. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.